Righto folks, Thomas Benjamin Wild Esquire here, back with another episode of my YouTube series, Should I, Can I Cover It? Where I like to ask the question, just because I can cover a song, does it mean I should? Now this isn't just an exercise in finding songs to play on YouTube, although it is partly that. This is also meant to be a discussion of the songs and the lyrics themselves. It was also worth bearing in mind that I'm not attempting to play these songs well, I'm attempting to play them quickly. So hopefully later down the line I will do more polished versions of these songs as well. If this is the kind of thing that you're interested in seeing more of, make sure you like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos. Song suggestions come exclusively through Patreon, so if you've got a song that you'd like to hear me play, make sure you follow the link in the description to find out how you can come and join us. Right, with all of that out of the way, let's get on with the video.
Should I, can I cover it?
So today's song was suggested to me by Joe on Patreon, and it is a classic of the metal genre. Definitely one that I listened to when I was younger. A song called Enter Sandman by Metallica. Now, it's a little bit different from my usual fare of songs on here and far more complicated than a lot of the ones that I've been doing in the past. So it's going to be quite an interesting one to tackle. Yeah, I was sort of a fan of Metallica back in the 90s. I was a big Iron Maiden fan myself. So I know Iron Maiden music a lot more. But Metallica definitely were there. And I remember dancing to their music in various metal clubs as a teenager and as a young adult. So this is going to be an interesting song to have a go at. I know it fairly well. Although I do mumble along with the lyrics a lot of the time. So the first thing that we're going to do is attempt to have a look at the lyrics of the song and do a little bit of analysis on that, in what I like to call a dramatic read-through. Say your prayers, little one, don't forget, my son, to include everyone. Tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman, he comes. Now this is laying down to go to sleep, I'm assuming, with a child, and getting them to say their prayers. Now, prayers before you go to sleep is a little bit weird to me because I grew up in a godless household here in the UK. We didn't really do religion. We didn't do anything like that. I did have to sing hymns in school, which was I just saw us singing songs really. But we definitely didn't do bedtime prayers. And so I've always found that a little bit unsettling. And I think this is meant to, isn't it? I think this particular version of bedtime prayers is supposed to be a little bit unsettling. Keep you free from sin is a line that sticks out to me there. Till the Sandman, he comes. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight. Okay, sleeping with one eye open, having to keep an eye out and making sure nothing's going to get you in the night. Exit light. Enter night, take my hand, we're off to Never Never Land. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Unsettling there to the maximum. Something's wrong, shut the light. Heavy thoughts tonight and they aren't of Snow White. Dreams of war, dreams of liars, dreams of dragon's fire and of things that will bite. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely nightmares. Going to sleep, trying to get a child off to sleep, but actually freaking them out a little bit. This is what bedtime prayers always felt like to me a little bit. And when we get onto the later bit, I'll explain why. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight, exit light, enter night, take my hand, we're off to Never Never Land. And then I seem to remember there's various riffs and things like that that happen here. Now, this next bit I'm not going to do when I record the song because it feels a little bit difficult to say, and it requires two people. But this is the prayer that always creeped me out, and I remember hearing this when I was younger, before I'd even heard this particular song, and it always disturbed me somewhat. Now I lay me down to sleep, and then the child repeats it on the track. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Now, the idea that you might die in your sleep, obviously, it comes from an earlier time where potentially that might have happened to children. But the idea of saying that before bedtime, I've always found a little bit unsettling, I have to admit. Talking about I might die before I wake up, and then the Lord's going to take me away. Yeah, all of this is a little bit unsettling. Hush, little baby, don't say a word, and never mind that noise you heard. It's just the beasts under your bed, in your closet, in your head. Exit light, enter night, take my hand, we're off to Never Never Land. Okay, so on the surface of it, some of that stuff is supposed to be a little bit reassuring, I'm assuming, to children before bed. And what the writer seems to have done there is twisted that on its head. Because I've always found this idea of praying the Lord your soul to take when you go to bed a little bit unsettling. Talking about sin and things like that just before you go to bed. Yeah, I always found it somewhat disturbing. But yes, I grew up in a godless household, so a lot of this stuff just seems quite alien to me. Okay, well, now we've read through the lyrics, I need to listen to the song. It's that iconic intro there. Now, from what I remember, this goes on a little bit as well. I'm probably going to shorten this down quite significantly. One of the big problems is that I can't do bass on the ukulele. And this is quite a bass-heavy song. So it makes it quite difficult to work out what to do and how to make it sound quite so grrr. I don't think it's going to. It just reminds me of dancing in clubs in Brighton when I was in my 20s. Yeah, so there's a lot of riffs and power chords in this song, which are really hard to do on a uke. So it's going to be interesting to how I put this together. Off to Never Never Land. Okay, then massive guitar solo. I ain't doing this. I'm not even going to attempt to whistle or sing this, or do it on any kind of kazoo or anything like that. It just yeah, this is going to be hugely shortened down. I have to say. This is a really long song, and lots of it is guitars, screeching guitars, and solos, and moody bass. Little baby, don't say a word. Okay. I think I've heard enough of that now. I'm going to see what I can do with the ukulele for this now. So, for this particular song, I did attempt to go on ultimateguitar.com to get the chords for this, but I just got hugely confused. So much of it is power chords and designed for guitar and bass. So I actually went on some videos, tutorials to learn how to play the riff for Enter Sandman, and the one that I settled on, the one that made the most sense to me, was by the ukulele teacher. And you can I'll post a link to the video underneath this in the description. But yeah, the ukulele teacher, awesome ukulele tutorial of Enter Sandman, was where I started. So I actually did find a way of playing the riff, and it sounds something like this. So it's a lot higher. I think it's a bit higher than the actual track. which means I'm going to be singing in a higher key as well. And then we get. Now, that may happen at various different levels of accuracy throughout playing this song. And then I worked out when it kicks in a little bit, that it works quite nicely going. No. So that's what I'm going to be attempting to play in terms of the riff. Now, it's quite difficult this evening because my hands are really cold. I don't know about anybody else, but we've not really been turning our heating on, and considering how expensive it's getting at the moment. So that is going to happen to various different degrees of accuracy, I think, while I'm playing this. So let's try and play it with the chords as well. Let's try and sing it now as well. Say your prayers, little one, don't forget my song to include everyone. I tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman he comes. It's just going to be really interesting when I try and play this through. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight, exhale light. Tonight, take my hand, we're off to Never Neverland. That something like that. It sounds almost jazzy, doesn't it? I think playing that with my thumb actually seems to work a lot better. And then it repeats, doesn't it? So then you've got something's wrong, shut the light, every thought's tonight, and the yarn of Snow White. And then the only other bit is you've got this solo in the middle of it. I'm not going to try and attempt the solo in any kind of way because I'll just get confused. So what I'll probably do, off to Never Neverland. Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Never mind the noise you heard. It's just the beast under your bed, in your closet and in your head. Exhale light, like that, something like that. This is going to be absolutely hilarious, I think. I think this is going to be absolutely ridiculous. But I think I've got it down just about. So I'm going to try and give it a playthrough. I'm going to try and play the whole thing through. It might sound horrible. It might sound okay. But let's give it a go. Say your prayers, little one, don't forget my song to include everyone. Tuck you in, warm within, keep you free from sin, till the Sandman he comes. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight, exhale light, and tonight take my hand, we're off to Never Neverland. Something's wrong, shut the light, heavy thoughts tonight, and they are of Snow White. Dreams of war, dreams of lies, dreams of dragons, fire, and of things that will bite. Sleep with one eye open, gripping your pillow tight, exhale light, and tonight take my hand, we're off to Never Neverland. little baby, don't say a word. Never mind that noise you heard. It's just the beast under your bed, in your closet and in your head. Exit light, enter night, grain of sand. Exit light, enter night. Take my hand, we're off to Never Neverland. So, Enter Sandman by Metallica. Thank you, Joe, for that. It was quite a complex one. As you can probably tell, I don't consider myself a great ukulele player. I sing silly songs with a ukulele as accompaniment. So that song was a little bit out of my depth. Enter Sandman by Metallica. Can I cover it? It's debatable. Should I cover it? Potentially. Potentially I'll work on that and actually do a proper version of it eventually. But let me know what you think. I know it doesn't sound great, and I do apologise to any Metallica fans who've been watching. Thanks for watching this far. If you've got any interesting song facts, make sure that you share them in the comments. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and make sure you hit the notification button so you don't miss any future videos. For more info on how you can join my Patreon community, follow the link in the description. For now though, stay safe, and until next time, toodle pip.
Should I, can I cover